Well, hello and welcome to this English lesson about opposites with the prefix un. Now, I kind of made the title wrong there. I should have put the dash on the other side of un, because now it looks like a suffix, which is something that comes at the end, but it's not. It's a prefix, something that comes before. So you have many words in English where there's another word that goes with it that has un at the beginning, and it means the exact opposite. I'll give you a quick example: locked and unlocked, and you could probably guess this one: happy and unhappy. So welcome to this English lesson about words with the prefix un that make, I'm going to say it turns the word into the opposite, but it actually creates a whole new word that means the opposite. So welcome to this English lesson about opposites with the prefix un. Locked and unlocked. So locked is closed with a lock, so it cannot be opened easily. And unlocked is not locked, able to be opened. So if you have a door, or even if you have like your car can be locked, beep, beep, and then people cannot easily open it. It's locked. Or you can unlock your car, beep, beep, and then it is unlocked and it is easily opened. Notice as I do this lesson, I will inadvertently switch between using the descriptive adjective form and the verb form. So you can lock your car and then the car is locked. It's a locked car. And then you can unlock your car, the verb, and then it is an unlocked car. So locked, you can lock your front door and then it is locked. You can unlock your front door and then it is unlocked. Locked, closed with a lock, so it cannot be opened easily. Unlocked, not locked, able to be opened. Safe and unsafe. Safe, done in a way to prevent harm, and then unsafe, done in a way that might cause harm. So you can see in these two pictures here, in the picture under safe, there are two things plugged into a power bar, a few USB devices. Everything is neat and organized, and it is very safe to do it this way. In the picture under the unsafe, there are cords plugged into splitters, into cords, into splitters. There are more things plugged in here than you should really plug in. And this is definitely unsafe, done in a way that might cause harm. So you could, in this unsafe photo, you could start a fire. Now I should expand on this. You could say, I live in a very safe part of town, or I live in a very unsafe part of town. So you can use it to describe areas as well. Or maybe you know someone who's, I'm trying to think, like you could even describe a person's car. You could say it's safe to ride in his car because it's a new car, or you could say it's unsafe to ride in that car because it's falling apart. So the descriptions you can expand on a bit to include other things as well. Safe, done in a way to prevent harm, or something that will not do harm. And then unsafe, done in a way that might cause harm, or something that will not cause harm. Safe and unsafe. Happy and unhappy. Happy, feeling pleased or joyful. I am feeling quite happy today. Unhappy, feeling sad or not satisfied. Trying to make my sad face. It's not working. Probably not a good day to make faces. I'm definitely in a happy mood today. I'm feeling pleased and joyful. It's a nice day. It's the last day of the work week. I am looking forward to go to work. A few days ago, I was unhappy, mostly because I was really busy. During the last week of May and the beginning of June, there are a lot of extra expectations at work, things I have to do. The one night I worked on school stuff till almost 11 o'clock at night. I was kind of unhappy that day. So happy, feeling pleased or joyful. Unhappy, feeling sad or not satisfied. Cooked and uncooked. Food prepared by heating is cooked, so that egg is cooked. We might also say it's fried. Uncooked, food that is raw, food that is uncooked. So this egg closest to me is uncooked. It's raw. It needs to be cooked before you eat it. And then the far egg under the word cooked is an egg that has been cooked and is ready to eat. Some food does need to be cooked in order to be safe to eat. By the way, we don't usually use uncooked to talk about foods that you don't normally cook. So you would eat a banana raw, You wouldn't refer to a banana as uncooked, but I would refer to lots of different meats or eggs or those types of things as uncooked if they are not ready to eat after having been heated. Wrapped and unwrapped. Wrapped is covered or enclosed in paper, cloth, or another material. And then unwrapped is the wrapping has been removed or has not yet been put on. So I really like the verb tenses in that sentence. So if you have a gift, when you give the gift to someone, you like to give the gift wrapped. You put wrapping paper on it. You wrap the gift. But before you wrap the gift is unwrapped. And after the person takes the wrapping paper off, the gift is unwrapped. So that word can actually refer to two different areas, wrapped and unwrapped. Even and uneven. Even would be the same on both sides or ends, and then uneven would be not the same all over. You can see this person's hair. In the far picture, the hair is even across the bottom. When I was walking through the barn this week, there was a broom, and the bristles of the broom were very uneven, I think from lots of use. So uneven would be not the same all over. So again, if you look at the far picture, the hair is even. It is the same on both sides or ends. In the closer picture, the hair is uneven. It is not the same all over. Covered and uncovered. This is one of my pet peeves when I'm at a market. In the far picture, covered means having something placed over or spread across something. And you can see there are some baked goods and they are covered. They cover them so that flies don't land on them. In the closer picture though, we have some that are uncovered, not having anything placed over something. So in Canada, when you sell food outdoors, you are supposed to have it covered because in Canada, we have flies and black flies and mosquitoes and all kinds of different insects that might land on the food. So in the far picture, the food is covered. Something has been placed over or spread across the food. In this case, a glass lid has been placed over the food. And in the closer picture, uncovered, not having anything placed over it. Tied and untied. So we have a person here who needs to deal with a shoe that is untied. In the far picture, tied, fastened with a knot or bow. So a knot is when you put two pieces of string or rope together. A bow is when there is a loop in it. So if you look at the tied shoe, it's tied, but it also has two bows. In the closer picture here, untied, not fastened with a knot or loose. Every once in a while, one of my kids will be walking around and they will have one of their shoes untied, and I'll say, hey, your shoe's untied. You should tie it. Folded and unfolded. Folded would be bent so that one part lies over another. Unfolded would be opened from a folded position. So obviously these are related to each other. Something cannot be unfolded unless it has first been folded, I think. Is that correct? In this picture, we have a napkin. In the far picture, the napkin has been folded. It has been bent. I guess bent is the word to use, but I want to use the word folded again. It has been folded over itself, and so it looks really nice and tidy. The person in this picture now has an unfolded napkin because they have decided to use the napkin. So they have opened it from that folded position. So folded, bent so that one part lies over another, unfolded, opened from a folded position. Plugged in and unplugged. So when something is plugged in, it's connected to a power source or outlet. When it is unplugged, it is disconnected from a power source or outlet. So you might be wondering, by the way, the picture from the plugged definition, that's what things look like in North America. And then the unplugged is definitely from a different country than mine. If you're wondering why I added the word in, when you have something like a pair of headphones or something that you need to plug in the wall, we use plugged in. So the toaster is plugged in. The phone is plugged in to charge. It is connected to a power source or outlet. And then, oh, why is the toaster not working? It's unplugged. When you use the word plugged, I should have made another set of slides, because you could say the sink is plugged, the toilet is plugged. That means water doesn't go down it. And then you need to use either a sewer snake or a plunger to unplug it. So let me back up. You could say the toaster is plugged in, or the toaster isn't working because it's unplugged. You could say the toilet won't flush, it is plugged. And then you could say, I used the plunger and now the toilet is unplugged. So I should have made two different sets of slides for that, but that's how you would use those two. Finished and unfinished. Finished means completed. No more work needs to be done. And you see the Millennial Falcon made out of Legos there. And then you have unfinished, not completed, still needing work. I believe this is the same Lego set. And if you look at the far picture, it is finished. And if you look at the picture closest to me, it's definitely unfinished. So finished would be completed. No more work needs to be done. Unfinished, not completed, still needing work. I would love to do this Lego set, but I would need a lot of time and patience. I think there are a lot of pieces in it. Painted and unpainted. So if something is painted, it's covered with paint. If it's unpainted, it's not covered with paint. So this is actually the same photo, and I took two different little clips of it. In the first photo, the man has already painted the front of the car. So he took paint and he covered it with paint. So in the top one, the front of the car is painted. Sorry, in the far one. In the closer picture, it is unpainted, not covered with paint. And you can see he is in the process of painting it right now. So painted, covered with paint. Unpainted, not covered with paint. Healthy, good for you. Unhealthy, not good for you. So if you eat vegetables, they are considered healthy. I would say carrots and corn and peppers and cucumbers are all healthy food. If you eat a donut, it is unhealthy. It is not good for you. I would say that cookies and muffins, if you eat too many, they're unhealthy. Or if you eat them every day, it's unhealthy food. You can have a donut once a week. That's allowed, I think. So healthy, good for you. Unhealthy, not good for you. Now, there is a slight change as well. You could use this to describe a person. So you could say that Joe is very healthy. Jim is very unhealthy. So in that case, it would mean they are actually in good shape and feeling well, or they might be out of shape where they don't have very strong muscles, or they're overweight and they are unhealthy. So healthy, good for you. Unhealthy, not good for you. Lucky, having good things happen by chance. Unlucky, having bad things happen by chance. So we have two pictures here. In the first picture, the person is lucky because they brought an umbrella and it doesn't look like it's raining, but the sun came out. So they might describe their day by saying, I was expecting rain, but I was lucky the sun was out on my walk to work. So a good thing happened by chance. In the closer picture, you see a person running, holding, I think, a newspaper over their head, and it's raining. They were not prepared. They were unlucky. So they might say to someone, I was really unlucky. As I walked to work, it started raining and it wasn't supposed to rain today. So lucky, having good things happen by chance. Unlucky, having bad things happen by chance. Comfortable, uncomfortable. I will say the words a few times because we really mush this word together. We don't say comfortable. Okay, don't say that. We say comfortable, uncomfortable. When something is comfortable, it's cozy and nice to use or wear. So I would say in the picture for comfortable, it looks like a comfortable couch. She looks like she's wearing a comfortable sweater, and she has a nice comfortable blanket beside her. We also in English sometimes use the informal word comfy. It's a comfy couch, a comfy sweater, a comfy blanket. Under the uncomfortable, not nice to use or wear, this person does not look as relaxed. I don't know if this couch, he's sitting in a way that makes me think the couch is uncomfortable. So comfortable, cozy and nice to use or wear. Uncomfortable, not nice to use or wear. balanced and unbalanced. So if something is balanced, it's even and not likely to fall over. So we see 4 stones all nicely on top of each other. And when you look at it, you feel like it might stand. If that was at the beach, that pile of rocks that is balanced might stay all day. But this pile is unbalanced. It's uneven and it's likely to fall over, especially the middle stone, stone number 3, makes the whole little stack of stones look very unbalanced, and it looks like it could fall over at any time. It's at risk of falling over at any time. So balanced, even, not likely to fall over. Unbalanced, uneven, likely to fall over. Now, if you know anything about cars, tires on cars are balanced, and if something happens, if there's a defect, they might be unbalanced. When a tire is balanced, they actually spin the tire and then they know where to attach a weight. So it spins without vibrating or shaking or anything like that. But if that little weight falls off, or if something happens where the tire is damaged, it might start to shake or vibrate, and because it has become unbalanced. So a lot of different uses for this word. Clear and unclear. When something is clear, it's easy to see, hear, or understand. When it's unclear, it's difficult to see, hear, or understand. In the pictures, we're talking about sight. So it's very clear. You can see through the window. You can see that the person sitting there is drinking tea. She has a ring on her finger. You're able to see her. It is clear. In the second picture, it's a little bit blurry. It's unclear. It's difficult to see her. We also use this to talk about listening. Like, I had trouble hearing the speaker, the things he was saying. It wasn't clear, or it was very unclear. Sorry, I should use the un version. We do negate using not as well sometimes. So the speaker didn't use a mic, but he was very clear. I could hear him. He spoke loud enough. He was very clear. Or he didn't speak very loudly and it was unclear what he was saying. We also use it to talk about understanding. My description might be very clear and you understand what I'm saying, or it might be unclear and you're confused and don't know what I'm saying. Equal and unequal. Equal would be the same in amount, size, or value. You have 2 children here. They each have 3 candies. The teacher has decided to give them each an equal amount, or their parent has given them an equal amount. In the second picture, though, we have unequal, not the same in amount, size, or value. So you have 2 kids here, and for some reason, the one kid has 4 candies and the other kid has 2 candies. So that is an unequal amount. So equal would be the same. Unequal would be not the same amount. Acceptable and unacceptable. I will admit I used AI to make this photo because I thought it would be funny. Acceptable would be good enough to be allowed or approved. Unacceptable would be not good enough to be allowed or approved. If, let's say, I was having a birthday in the summer and Jen ordered a cake, she would want the cake to say, "Happy birthday, Bob." And when she went to pick up the cake, it would be acceptable if it looked like the cake with the blue icing. If Jen went to pick up the cake and it said, "Happy birthday, Bib," if the O was an I, that would be unacceptable. Jen would say, I can't take this home. Bob will not be happy if I bring this cake home. He will be wondering, who's Bib? Why did you get a cake that says "Happy birthday, Bib"? If you don't know, my name is Bob, B-O-B. So the far cake would be acceptable. The cake in the closer picture would be unacceptable. Able and unable. I am able to do a live stream today. I was unable to make a video earlier this week for you. When you are able to do something, you are having the skill or power to do something, or the time. When you're unable to do it, you're not having the skill or power to do something or the time. It's probably more common to talk about time. Like, I'm able to go to work today. I feel really good. I'm not sick. I had breakfast. I'm required to go to work, but I'm also able to go to work. A few weeks ago, I was unable to go to work because I was not feeling well. So I didn't have the ability to do that. So when you are able to do something, it means that you can do it. When you're unable to do something, it means you can't do it. for various reasons. And I know can and can't are hard to hear. So let me say that again. When you are able to do something, you can do it. When you are unable to do something, you can't do it. You can't do it. Okay. Certain and uncertain. So I did get AI to make this photo. Certain is when you are sure about something. And I had it make a sign that says, scenic view, harder trail. And this guy under the word certain looks pretty positive. Uncertain though means you are not sure about something. And the lady in this picture looks uncertain. She's not sure she wants to do the harder trail. So when you are certain, you are sure about something. You know, I'm certain my name is Bob. It's not Bib. When you are uncertain about something, you're not sure about something. Common and uncommon. In the far picture, you see something that is found in many places, not rare. This is a Canadian stamp. You will see Canadian stamps everywhere. In the closer image, though, under the word uncommon, we see a US postage stamp that is very rare. It is not very common. If you have one, you should try to figure out how much it is worth. It is worth a lot of money. So common, something you see everywhere. In Canada, at least in my part of Canada, maple trees are very common, but palm trees are uncommon. So you will see a maple tree. I can see 3 right now, but if I want to see a palm tree, I have to go to a greenhouse or somewhere where they control the climate. Known and unknown. So this is a little, I'm just making a little joke here. Known would be recognized or familiar to people. So we all know in the far picture that that is Matt Damon. And then unknown would be someone who no one knows who it is. And I put Timothée Chalamet here because a few years ago, I went to see a movie and he was an unknown to me. I didn't know who he was, but my family all said he's the most popular actor right now. So unknown would be not recognized or familiar to people. So again, when I went to see, what movie did I go see? I'm trying, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Was that the one? Anyways, I went to see a movie with Timothée Chalamet and he was unknown to me. I did not know he was a famous actor, but Matt Damon is known. He is recognized or familiar to people. So yes, Timothée Chalamet. I should say this though. Let me say something positive about Timothée. He speaks fluent English and French, and that is really cool. So good job, Timothée Chalamet. Popular and unpopular. Popular would be liked by many people. Unpopular would be not liked by many people. So this can be almost anything. A movie can be very popular or a movie can be very unpopular. A musician can be very popular or unpopular. Unpopular usually means people don't like it. So they know about the person or they know about the thing and they don't like it. So it's different than unknown, at least in my opinion. So popular, liked by many people. Unpopular, not liked by many people. True. I had a little bit of fun with this one as well. True would be correct and in agreement with the facts. And we see a poster here that says World Series bound. And these are the Toronto Blue Jays from the fall of 2025. So in the fall of 2025, the Toronto Blue Jays, when you say they're bound, it means they're going to the World Series. They were going to play against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Untrue means not correct, not in agreement with the facts. And here you see a poster where it says World Series champs. This is untrue. This is not true. This is fake. So what is true is the Blue Jays were World Series bound. They were going to the World Series. What is true is that they lost the World Series. But just to have a little bit of fun, I made some fake news here where it says World Series champs. Look how excited they were. But this is untrue. It is not correct. It is not in agreement with the facts. Wise and unwise. Wise would be showing good judgment and understanding. And unwise would be showing poor judgment or understanding. So here we have two skiers. It would be wise to go down the easy way. And it would be unwise to go down the very, very challenging experts only part of the ski hill. I have made this decision before. I have made the unwise decision, and then I had to go down really slowly basically jumping and turning for most of the slope. So selfish and unselfish. A selfish person would be someone who is caring mostly about yourself and your own needs. So if you care mostly about yourself and your own needs, you may be considered selfish. If you are unselfish, it means caring about the needs of others as well as your own. So in the first picture, we have what I would think is maybe a selfish person. He has lots of food and he is not sharing. It's a lot of food. It's very, very North American types of food there. And then unselfish would be caring about the needs of others as well as your own. We have someone who is handing the food to someone else and sharing it. So selfish, caring mainly about yourself and your own needs. Unselfish, caring about the needs of others as well as your own. Hurt, injured or feeling pain. Unhurt, not injured or unharmed. So we have two car accidents here. Under the word hurt, we have a lady who is holding her arm. She is probably injured and feeling pain. But the person in the closer picture, he seems fine. He's unhurt. He's not injured or unharmed. So you'll often read a news article and it might say something like car accident on Highway 27. Occupants of both vehicles are unhurt. Miraculously, they're unhurt. Or you might hear that 3 were hurt in the crash and 1 was unhurt. So hurt, injured or feeling pain. Unhurt, not injured or harmed.